you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
Me. I was an idiot sandwich again for the 2024 edition of the Ironman 70.3 in Poreč. And I didn't really learn a lot from my mistakes 2 weeks ago when I was in Zadar. So yeah, let's dive into the mistakes and let's see how the race unfolded. So I finished the entire race in 5 hours and 18 minutes. I was aiming for something below 5 hours because of how well I did in Zadar, but I made the same silly mistake that I did in Zadar. So let's dive into it one by one. So the first thing was the swim. The swim was actually really good. I swam finally against something in the 32-minute range, so I really didn't expect much of the swim because I didn't put too much effort into it in the last month or even more. It's just something that's really time consuming, so I really focused more on the bike and the run in the last few months. So yeah, I swam pretty much straight. The back portion of it when you go into the finish line was a little tricky because the sun was going right into your face, but once I was something like on the 1 kilometer mark or a little further down, when I saw that my pace was still at these 1:46, I was really happy about it, and I started overtaking a lot of people, so it really motivated me for the next part. Then we went on to the bike, which is a quite nice bike ride because you're going onto the highway, but the problem is that in order to get to the highway you have to climb for a very long time, and it's not a lot of climbing, but it's just slow and long, and yeah, it's something that you have to go through. But then once you're on the highway you can really start picking up speed, and my average speed increased from something like 29 kilometers an hour to just under 34. So that was basically where I was aiming to go. I wanted to maybe go closer to 35 kilometers an hour and have something like 210 watts average power. But yeah, it was, I think, let's just see what the normalized power is. It's 207, so that's pretty much where I wanted to be. But the problem on the bike for me was that I was, every time I go onto a race, I try to be as self-sufficient as possible. So I had my gels, I had my snacks and my hydration all on the bike, and that's the only thing that I needed basically. If I was really thirsty, I would just drink water from the aid stations. But the mistake I made, which I made in Zadar as well, is that I started drinking also the isotonic drinks from the aid stations, and these started to mess up my stomach. I have a quite sensitive stomach, so after something like 60k or something like that, I wasn't really able to drink a lot more, and that's when I basically just ran out of fuel, or started slowly running out of fuel. Something like half a liter of my drinks was still in the bottle when I finished the bike, so I started the run portion already depleted of energy, and that's when I really hit the wall. So yeah, the run course is mostly fine. There is this nasty climb, and on the first run it was all still fine, or on the first few kilometers until the first turnaround. So you basically go from the transition, you move slowly up, and then when you come into the town center of Poreč, you just start turning around, and that's when I started to feel like this isn't going to be a fun race for me. I kept on going, and I knew, okay, I just have one more lap, but now here I really started to slow down. I had to start walking, and I was just like focused on getting from one aid station to the other. I even tried drinking some of my own energy gels, I had some cookies, I had some gummy bears. So I had everything that I could think of, but nothing really was I was able really to drink or take in. So I was basically running on fumes for the last 10k or so, and I had to stop something like 7 or 8 times, walk a little bit, and then start running again. There was even I think an Italian who pushed me gently at something like the 16k mark, and that's when I said, okay, screw it, let's now go and just try and run as fast as possible. And yeah, you can see it right over here. So I had my pace was here quite nice, and then you can see it here. I started walking here, and all these red spots are where I basically just walk through an aid station or just simply through some parts of the run course. And it's such a stupid mistake, and I'm really angry because if I didn't mess up my nutrition on the bike, I'm really confident that I was able to run a good running race. But unfortunately, as I said, I was an idiot sandwich this time, and I'm definitely not going to make the mistake again. So what's up for next year? Nothing special. I'm probably going to take it a little easier because we are going for a month to Australia to visit some relatives. So maybe something in the second half of the year to do a few more half distance races, and then I will be focusing again on long distance races for 2026. So yeah, until next time, bye bye.